best copy machine of the kids. Whatever they see in the parents, that's what they will behave. And if you don't keep and don't bring the light of Chanukah to your house, the darkness will be in the house. So we have to choose between the light and the darkness. And if somebody wants to see Simcha, wants to be, Bezrat Hashem will sit in the head of the table, and you see Bezrat Hashem, his kids married, and grandkids, and grandkids, he has to know that start now.
Baruchim Abayim, and welcome to Torah Talks Chazaq's Tuesday night program with special guests. We have with us Rabbi Boaz Bardea all the way from Brooklyn. Baruch haba, Rabbi. How are you?
Baruch Hashem, thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Baruch Hashem.
We'll be discussing, as we all know, we're in the middle of Chanukah, the main lessons of Chanukah. But before we do the topic, Rabbi Bardea, if you could give our audience a little background of yourself and the great work you're involved with.
First of all, welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
Of course.
Chazaq. I said once that the Zaken in the Torah, the Gemara says it's not old, it's somebody that he has a chokhmah, wisdom. And the Gemara says it's a hinting in the word Zekana. So the disciple asked, okay, Zekana chokhmah, right? So he said, where is the chet? Zekana chokhmah, it's missing the chet, it's only Zekana. Zaken is meaning the word zekana. So he's saying there is no any kinyan in the world beside the chokhmah, because everything that you buy is not really yours. You're gonna one day, it's not gonna be yours. You're gonna use it, or you're gonna leave the world, but it's not real kinyan. The only real kinyan that you have forever is the chokhmah. So that's why zekana, it's enough. But Chazaq is Rashi Tevot zekana chokhmah with the chet. So Baruch Hashem, the konim chokhmah, the maknim chokhmah, the giving away a lot of wisdom, and the big zchut to be here. I was born in Israel, grew up in Israel, and then I came to America to learn in Mir Yeshiva. I was the student of Rabbi Shmuel Birnbaum, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. And after I got married, I was continuing the Mir Yeshiva Koilel, and then I went to the Smicha program by Rabbi David Feinstein. I learned 7 years in Yad Yosef, leading with Rabbi Yozeri, Rabbi Chachuel, and other rabbi from the Syrian community. And after I finished the Smicha program, I opened my own shul in Brooklyn. And then a year later, I opened a kollel, a rabbinical kollel, which is basically making avrechim to rabbanim. They're getting smicha from Rab Zalman Nechemia Goldberg Zatzal and Rav David Yosef, and they're getting tests. And Baruch Hashem, we had more than 100 rabbis coming out already.
I have a zchut to get to know them, and mamash, they're doing amazing work in different communities.
Rabbi Palachi, and Rabbi Shlomo, and a lot of rabbis at Rav Zvulunov.
Yes, of course.
A lot of good, really good rabbanim. They're coming, they study, they're growing, and they're getting smicha, and they're going to spread the Torah. And that's what I'm doing the last 15 years, and try to teach them, direct them, as much that Kadosh Baruch Hu will give me siyata dishmaya. And Baruch Hashem, I'm here now.
Amazing work that the rabbi does. Like I said, I see firsthand. And we're discussing the main lessons of Chanukah. So, Rabbi, what is a main lesson that we can learn?
So, in order to understand the main lesson of Chanukah, we need to figure out what was the decree and what was the war all about. And different from Purim, the Haman HaRasha trying to kill us physically. Lashmid, להרוג ולאבד, to destroy and kill the Jewish nation. Physically, there's not going to be more Jews. And the response of it is not, was it going to war? The response of it was going to praying. And the Esther says, Tzumu alai, and fast, and daven, and cry to Hashem. Because somebody come to hurt you physically, according to the Torah, you need to pray to Hashem, and it's the hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to do tshuva, and Hashem will take care about it. However, in Chanukah, they didn't try to kill us, to destroy the Jewish nation physically. They didn't care there will be Jews. They just wanted the Jews will have the culture of the Greeks, to be like them. And what was the culture of the Greeks? The Gemara says the Greeks is Yefet. Yefet is a word of beauty. Now the world is really beautiful. Hashem creation, and the human being is really beautiful. But we know as the Jews that all there is in this world is only tools and something that you could work with in order to go and to be more ruchani, spirituality, to go and use it to do Torah, mitzvot, and maasim tovim for the next world. There is no meaning to materialistic if he's not make it, use it for the Torah and Yirat Shamayim, because it's going to make you far away from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And there was a big argument in a lot of Jews says, okay, what's the problem? We're going to go, we're going to be like them, and we're going to stay Jews. But we know slowly they're going to lose it. And there was instead of praying, like in Purim, they went to the war, physically war, and with the guns and to go and fight, because you're trying to make me like someone that I'm not, to lose all our Torah and mitzvot u'maasim tovim. This is a real war. It's not in the end of HaKadosh Baruch Hu anymore. Somebody is trying to convince you to go in the bad direction. It's a worse avera that could be. המחטיא את חברו יותר מן ההורגו. Somebody calls somebody to make a sin and to take it away from the direction from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So this is cause a big avera, and the Hashmonaim felt it, and they went to the war. And the Greeks tried to make the tarbut haguf, the body, sport, all what we see today in the culture, that everybody run after the gashmiut, food, physicals, and we light in Chanukah candles. What's so unique about candle? The candle is made from physical stuff, oil, and the ptila, the wick, but come from it something ruchani. Light is something ruchani, spiritual. So the physical makes it spiritual, and that's a neshama. Our neshama is spiritual, and our goof is physical. So we eat pizza, we eat donuts, and by this our neshama is alive. How could be? Once you take the gashmiut, and for the gashmiut makes the ruchaniut, so that's a purpose of the gashmiut. The materialism is the purpose of eating. It's in order to have a strength, la'avodat Hashem, to work HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's a candle, and that's the wick, and the oil. It's something physical in order to bring light. Light is something ruchani. And Yavan compared to darkness, to choshech. Why? Because he used everything only for no light, only for physical. Right. So therefore, basically, we have to make sure today we live in this society that without decree they're trying to take us and to make us become like them. And it's very, very dangerous when you don't have a Bet Midrash, when you don't have a connection to Torah, to rabbis. It's very dangerous because they're gonna pull you out very easily to be exactly like them. And America people, they're very loving, and it's called in Hebrew, and I'm so sure in English also, a beer hug. Yeah. When the beer hug you, is gonna kill you with a lot of love. Not like in the Greek time, it was decrees, but the meaning was the same, either with decree or with love. But the purpose is, and I see people come here from different countries, and all of a sudden they become Americans. They eat Dunkin' Donuts, they bring the newspaper, New York Times, and all the thinking and everything become like a goy. And it's amazing that to be able to put you, we says interchet, which means I went to buy a phone and tell me, listen, without internet, he says, no such a thing. You cannot buy a phone without internet because they want you to be in their culture. They want you to be connected to the net. And once you're not there, they're going to pull you in all kind of ways. And you see slowly people that become like them, they love the gashmiut, the physicalities, and they become connected to it. And once you become connected to it, you're going down and down and down because our rabbi tell us that הנפש לא תימלא, you're never going to feel satisfied. And העולם הזה דומה לשותה מים מלוחים. This world compared to somebody drinks salty water, that he's going to come thirsty more and more. Oh. And Rav Dessler says, you always run after something that you don't have. Once you have it, you need something else.
You have 100, you want 200, you want even more.
So the reason, so the war was become not like the Greeks. And by here we're standing in America in 2023, and we see all what's going on, and how the goyim and the culture of a goy, that to take the gashmiut, to look to physicality, that everything is money, everything is a pleasure, everything is a running away from. Is no. If you want to have physicality, you could have, but you have to use it for something with wisdom, something with chokhmah. And I see people today, they're so connected.
Yeah.
You know, somebody told me, Rabbi, don't talk to me, I didn't have my coffee. You know? So who is become you? Your coffee is your honor. So that's what's going on. And in Shlom Bayit, in the houses, in the kids, and we're going to lose Chas v'Shalom the ball if you're not going to be connected to Bet Midrash, connected to Torah, connected to Yirat Shamayim.
So the main way not to be influenced is by connecting to Torah, right, to learning Torah, going to the Bet Midrash.
They say by Tevat Noach, by Noach Ark, that somebody was outside, died. Right. If somebody goes inside the ark, he'll be able to save. And even there was an animal, it's called Rem. It's too big to go to the Teva. The Gemara says, how come this animal will stay alive? So they put the nose into the window, which means even if you cannot go fully to Bet Midrash, at least you put your nose and breathe a little bit from Chazaq, from classes, for Shiurei Torah, because otherwise you're going to be out. The Yetzer Hara is no boundaries. He's going to take you and you're going to see, you're not going to believe yourself how you could go down.
What do you tell a person, Rabbi, that unfortunately is watching or listening to this and he feels like he already fell? What do you suggest to such a person?
The felling is not the felling is a way of life. It's not. The Gemara says Sheva Yipol Tzadik V'Kam, which means the person will fail. Sheva Yipol Tzadik, not the Rasha, the Tzadik.
The righteous person will fall 7 times, but he gets back.
He gets back. And the Yetzer Hara is trying to tell you and to give you Yeush.
Make you give up hope.
Give up hope. Give up hope. Why? He wants you to put down. Once you fail, the most, in the diet, I know people, they only diet, and then they wake up in the middle of the night, they're hungry, and then say, okay, I'm going to eat only one potato chips. And then they eat potato chips, then finish still hungry, and they okay, I fell already, so
let me finish the bag. Let me have everything.
and then that's how, and that's don't understand that if you fail, it's okay. It's not okay, but it's not your job now to say, okay, let me fail more. If somebody loses $1,000, he's not going to say, okay, take another 1,000.
Yeah.
He's going to fight, and he's going to come back, and the Yetzer Hara telling you, no, you can't do it. You can't do it to be miyash the person. But
the evil inclination wants to make a person give up hope, and we have to make sure never to do that.
And we have to make sure not to do it. And every small chizuk, even if you did small chizuk, is so much dear and important for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everything that you do a little bit, because our job in this world. He says, Adam le'amal yulad, person born to work, to toil. And once you toil, even if you didn't succeed in the end, let's say, I give you an example. Let's say a person wake up in the morning and he have Yetzer Hara to speak Lashon Hara. And he prevent himself. And he's not saying it. And 1 o'clock again, he has Yetzer Hara. Same Yetzer Hara, come back, go say. And he doesn't say. And then in the night, through the whole day, he had all the time Yetzer Hara to say this Lashon Hara. In 9 o'clock in the night, he fell and he said Lashon Hara. His friend wake up in the morning, he had the same Yetzer Hara Lashon Hara, and he fell right away on the morning. Do you think in the eyes of Hashem they are the same? Totally not. Why? In the result, are the same. The result, both of them fell. But in the eyes of Hashem, Hashem doesn't care if you fell or not. Hashem cares if you toil. If you were toiling for all day and you fell in the end, a different story. Because Adam, the Gemara says, Anachnu amelim ve'em amelim. We toil and they toil. By the Goyim, they're going after the result. I study for test in university for 3 months and I got 33. And my friend studied for the test 1 day and got 100. He's successful. He's going to get the mark. He's going to be succeed. Because he got 100, this guy 33. It doesn't make a difference how much the toil. In the eyes of Hashem, it's totally different. Don't make a difference what the mark is. The mark will effort. Come.
The main thing
is the effort. If you try to become good and to try to fight the Yetzirah even for 1 second, then you fail, you get tzachar, you get reward on it. Because Hashem He wants you, and I give you an example from the real life. If someone will come to his wife on Friday and will tell, listen, I know you like pink roses. So I drove all the way to Long Island and to certain store they have the best pink roses, but they were closed. Mm-hmm. And then so I drove from the Long Island to Brooklyn to different store. And over there, they told me they sold out.
Oh, wow.
And then I went to Queens, already was closed the store. I'm sorry, I didn't bring anything. Do you think your wife will be happy? Or you will say, oh, you didn't bring anything? She will be very happy. She will say, I can't believe you drove all Long Island all the way from me and to Brooklyn and you come back. Even though you didn't bring nothing, but she says, how much he loves me.
Beautiful.
He went so all around just to bring me a rose. That's what Hashem wants from us. He doesn't want from us, you bring the rose in there, doesn't make a difference. But if you show HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I care about you. In Ma'amad Har Sinai, where we got the Torah, some think we did a contract. What's the contract? You do mitzvot, you get Olam Haba. You do Averot, you get Gehenom. No, we didn't make a contract. Contract you do with your contractor. And you want him to finish and go home. You did HaKadosh Baruch Hu Brit. Covenant, Brit. Which means we are one. We have to feel each other. Hashem wants to see if you feel me, if you're really there to do what I said. And even though you didn't succeed, but Hashem, I see how much is hard for you. I know how much this generation is hard. And the nisyonot is so big and so great. And need a lot of tests and so much. And people have so much Yetzer Hara and nisyonot test every second. What the previous generation didn't have for years. We have in every day. And Hashem sees this. And we have so much opportunity because every test is opportunity. In Hebrew, nisayon is so nes, miracle. But is also, nes in Hebrew is mean flag.
Banner, yeah.
A flag, which means every nisayon, every test, you do the nisayon and you go higher and higher flag. You go higher and higher every time. And that's what we have to know, that the biggest failure and biggest avera is to be connected to the Greek culture. Because they're gonna hug you and take you away from the direction of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And you see people doing crazy things. They'll be able to stay online for 3 days for some show. They'll be able to go to drive 2 hours for a restaurant. And there is no meaning to it. I saw one time I came from Miami. I saw when you go out from the airplane, there is advertising on this sleeve.
Yeah,
Because,
when you leave.
yeah. So there was a book your next vacation.
You just left.
Because they know you go, you come back sad. Because it's not the simcha that we're looking for. The simcha, the Gemara says, one of the shemanim, the bad oil, it's shemen kik. We've said in
Friday nights.
Yes. So the Gemara says, Gemara Madlikin asks, what's the shemen kik?
Shabbat, yeah.
The Gemara says, one of the opinions, he says there is a certain chicken, bekarche hayam, vekik shmo. There is a certain chicken, it's called kik, and he far away in the island. And from this fat of the chicken, they're making a oil, and its oil is a bad oil. What's the Gemara meaning to tell us? In the Gemara, meaning island is mean places that pleasure, places of exotics. So you think you're going to get the best oil and the best simcha and the good things and something straight, like the candle will be good and the light will be stable by going to these islands, by going to this vacation. The Gemara says, no, this shemen kik, his pasul is jumping, he's only maybe will be happy for a moment, and then you're going to be sad. The only simcha mitit, if you run away from the Greek culture, if you be connected, you go to class, you come out so full with yirat shamayim, with simcha, with wisdom. Every time you do something for Hashem, you toil, you're going to be happy, real happiness.
Internal.
The
real deal.
You see these guys that go to the war in the Israel. They're willing to give their life. You see the simcha on their face, the simcha, the happiness. They come home, they feel they do something so great. And every time you open the Chumash, you open a Gemara, you go to class, you come out a different person. Well, there's a lot of real simcha and not sadness, what this culture brings us. And true that the world is beautiful, but if you don't use it to Torah, to something ruchani, spirituality, it's going to be the biggest curse. And that's what we have to come out for Chanukah.
The main lesson of Chanukah is don't be like the other cultures, to be a Yid, to be a Jew, and to be proud of your Judaism.
Exactly. And that's what we went to the fight. And if you don't believe it, don't celebrate Chanukah. That's why we went to fight. That's what the Hashmoneh was fighting. Not to be like the Goy. Not to do whatever the Goy does, we have to do the opposite. One of the Gaon of Vilna once, the Vilna Gaon, he said that if there is a custom to put flour in shuls, in Shavuot,
right.
He says not to do it. Why? Because the Goyim does it. So he says, don't do this minhag. There is, in this Dechemet, one of the greatest rabbi in 100 years ago, he said, you're not allowed to make wedding in shuls. Why? Because it's like the Goyim. The Goyim do in the church, you don't do in shuls. Today we have certain heterim because the community and all other things. But in Israel, for example, no one does only in the hall. No one does in shul. Because everything that the Torah gives us so much, and the rabbis, chumrot, not to become close to them. The rabbi says you're not allowed to eat bishul akum. Go cook something, even if you cook an egg. You can't eat it. What's wrong? No. If you're going to eat his egg, you're going to be close to him. You're going to come to marry his daughter. The Gemara says you're not allowed to eat patakum, the bread of a goy. You can't eat halavakum. You can't go alone with a goy on the road. So much isurim. You can't take a haircut from the goy. So today we are lenient in this haircut, but I'm saying the Chazaq over and over, the worst, what was bothering them so much? Don't be close to him. You can make a roof chatzerot with goy in Shabbat in order to carry in your backyard. You need to do it. If you have a neighbor, you have to do a roof with it. You can't do it with a goy. Why? Because you don't want, the Chazal doesn't want you to live next to a goy. And the Rambam says you're not allowed to live in the city if there is church in the city. You're not allowed to live in this city. Today we're in the exile. we went far, but I'm saying that's what the Torah was so concerned. The Torah repeat on Avodah Zarah over and over and over again to be far away from the goy, because the influence is so different than us. They're always busy. Fun. What's a fun? There is no Hebrew word for the word fun, There's no translation for it. They're saying kef, but kef is it's Arabic word. It's not Lashon HaKodesh. I didn't find. I looked for the word fun. It's not. Because
so a person might hear this and say, I don't understand. Judaism doesn't promote having a good time. So I always explain that, of course, we always encourage, the best food, people to eat on Shabbat, Oneg Shabbat, a pleasure to have enjoyment. So just to clarify that point.
Fun is a meaning. It's to do something with no point, with no goal. And that's, you could go play basketball because you exercise, you're playing, you clean your hand. You could go to a restaurant because you want to clean your hand, you want to eat good food, and then you have ability to be in Simcha, to walk HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to walk to Hashem. But if there's no meaning, you go to the Yankee games, you scream like crazy. What is it? What is it? I go to sometimes in the road and see the MetLife, and you see 100,000 people there screaming. I said, Baruch Hashem, they're there, instead of killing, instead of drinking. But what you have to do with it? You could watch sometimes, okay, but not to be the Greek culture part of your life, and this is very critical for you and for your kids, because if you be close to them, your kids would be 10 times more close to them. And you see today how it's hard to take away the phone, to take away the games. People so connected to the games.
To it. You see them, they're
connected. They can't talk. The husband, every wife, she wants a normal husband. She needs to send him to Shiurei Torah. She needs to make sure that he learn. Otherwise, he's gonna be far away. The Yetzer Hara will not let him to have shalom in the house, not to have ruchaniyut, not to have family, and then they become sorry, and the wife becomes sorry, and all the family will collapse. But if they have connected to the Noach Ark, they have connection to Avraham, Yitzchak, Yakov. The Gemara says that Yehuda, Yosef was sold to Egypt, and Reuven put him in the pit to save him. What kind of save him? You put him in the pit with scorpions and snakes. So it's better for him, Chas v'shalom, to die and not to go to Egypt, to be Egyptian in 17 years old, and to lose everything, all the Torah and Yirat Shamayim. And that's what Yakov was scared when he heard Yosef's still alive. He says, Lo yamin lahem. What does it mean, Lo yamin lahem? He says, what happened to him? He left 17 years old. Imagine a guy 17 years old, take a penthouse in Manhattan, and he has a Mercedes car down, all his money, king, and he's going to stay a Jew. What are the chances? So that's why Yaakov was scared. What happened to my son? Did he stay religious? Did he stay in Egypt? Vayaret ha'agalot, when he saw that
chariots,
the meaning that the Yosef hint to his father, I didn't change. I stay Yosef. I remember what we learned last time.
That was the last topic.
That was the last topic they were learned together. So he says, "V'tichi ruach Yaakov avim." Yaakov become alive because the ruchniut, the spirituality, the Yosef didn't budge all his years from whatever he learned in his parents' house, even in the biggest tumah of Mitzrayim, the biggest place. And that's why we're here today. That's why 2,000 years we have a galut. We still be able to wear tefillin and keep Shabbat, and we're still here. If we wasn't keeping the Torah, there was no Jewish nation. 100%. We were like, I don't know, all kind of nations that disappeared. Was a moment in history, and that's it. Where we are, a few millions. Baruch Hashem, we are here, strong Torah, mitzvot, because we kept the tradition of the Mesorah from father to son, father to son, father to son, with no question asked. And everywhere they were in the exiles, in Russia, in Morocco, they was keeping the Torah father to son. And you have to know, everybody has to know, he has responsibility in his shoulders. If he will not giving the Torah to his kids and not make sure he's cutting the tradition of 3,000 years on his shoulders.
100%.
3,000 years on his shoulders. So that's why we have to make sure that we not become like the Greeks, and we have to fight it. If you have to go to war, we're going to Afghanot, what is called strikes
rallies.
And rallies, and this we cannot let Chas v'Shalom to become like the Goyim.
So that's the main lesson of Chanukah, is not to be like the Greeks. And we have beautiful words, by the way, Rabbi Bardea, Divrei Chizuk, words of inspiration. We have a minhag, a custom on Torah Talks. One final message for us.
So I think that the candles, the light of the Torah should be in the houses. Everybody should bring this light of Chanukah to his houses, because the only thing that could keep our kids and our families together, when you go what you learn and what you study and the chokhmah, and bring it to your house. Bring the Torah to your house. Make sure that your house is clean from all the bad things that not coming inside. If you're going to see a guy walking in your house in 2 a.m. at night, you're going to be scared. You're going to be, what is doing in my living room? So if you put some machine or TV or things that ruin the ruchaniyut of the house, your brain, it's like Kodesh HaKodashim. Your house is Kodesh HaKodashim. Your kids, whatever they see, whatever they absorb, they are best copy machine of the kids. Whatever they see in the parents, that's what they will behave. And if you don't keep and don't bring the light of Chanukah to your house, the darkness will be in the house. So we have to choose between the light and the darkness. And if somebody wants to see Simcha, wants to be, Bezrat Hashem, will sit in the head of the table, and you see Bezrat Hashem, his kids, married, and grandkids, and grandkids, he has to know that it start now. It's not going to start then. Chas v'shalom, if you will not bring the darkness, the light, you're going to bring darkness. Chas v'shalom, the kids will go each way, marry who knows what, divorce. They don't see nothing. They don't see Torah in Yirat Shamayim. They're going to go far away. We have the mitzvah, the zchut and the chovah to bring the light of Chanukah to our homes, and our homes will be kedusha and tara, and Bezrat Hashem will see generation of generation who continue the tradition in Am Yisrael, bizoche, to go back to Bet HaMikdash, to light the candles in Yerushalayim. Amen.
Amen. Chazaq, Baruch Shekach, Rabbi Boaz Bardea, for those beautiful words of inspiration of Chizuk. Want to thank all our listeners. Chazaq Torah Talks, Tuesday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chazaq.org/live as well on many, many different podcast players. And special thanks to Torah Anytime as well for hosting this Torah Talks along with many other Chazaq Shirman events. Special thank you to Daily Giving. $1 a day goes very, very far away, and we really appreciate their support. Special thank you to Natan and Robbie and the whole Chazaq operations and team and staff and amazing supporters and board members. Baruch Hashem, a lot of great things happening. We're looking to do much more. Make sure people are proud of their Judaism, Baruch Hashem, keeping Torah mitzvot. We should be zocheh, like the Rabbi said, to see the Geulah Shema, the complete redemption. Shekam ben Rabbi Menu spilling our days. Amen. Chazaq Baruch. Very nice, Araf.